Guys, before starting the video, I would say please watch till the last because I have actually addressed a lot of doubts and it's a very comprehensive session. I've shown my answers as well to Manilika and what were wrong in those answers, how I could have fixed it today at this point with all the knowledge that I have. Uh, it is a bit long video, I would agree, but yeah, the level of clarity that it will give you will definitely be second to none, and it will only help you become better and better when you write your answers. The deadline is very short, it's 3rd of January. So yeah, you need to work really hard. But now let's get on to the session. Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. So since IIM Kozhikode forms are out and deadline both is सामने है, so this is a video on urgency record. And I have a previous video, but this is going to be much more nuanced. And I have a bunch of people here whose doubts I'll be solving. So if there's any question that you have in your mind and it has been covered in the video, it's good. If it is still not covered, feel free to put it in the comment section. Here we have Archer's screen shared. So yeah, we'll move forward. Yeah, but before moving, Happy New Year. I hope this year brings you the best B-School call that you want to convert and have a crazy year ahead. It's like going to be crazy. So first is SSC. ठीक है, SSC HSC तो skip कर सकते हैं, right? Graduation 2 क्या है? एक बार graduation 2 पे चलते हैं. Okay. Graduation 2 is like अच्छा any other degree, bachelor degree, ठीक है, हटाते हैं. Academic diversity, non-engineering category. Are there any more categories here? नहीं. So obviously engineering or non-engineering, it's very clear. ठीक है. Post graduation details. Do you have a post graduation? No. If you have a post graduation, just click yes and fill the details. There's nothing rocket science here. Professional qualification. Professional qualifications, CA, CMA, CS. So there's one person who reached out to me and they said कि यार उनका पास uh, ACCA है. ACCA है and will it fetch them marks or not? So I'm very sorry to say it won't fetch marks even though collision there's a lot of collision in between the subjects, but whatever K has mentioned here, for that only they will give marks in the final weightage. So please keep that in mind. You can mail the authorities, but that won't change anything. Okay. Professional certifications में, I think CFA, yeah. I think even if you're level 1, you can click yes here. So don't think आप पूरा level 3 तक जाना है. Level 1 भी consider होता है इसमें. Work experience पे जाना. Good. So I just want to tell something very clear out. Work experience is only the experience which you have pursued after your graduation. So let's say there are a lot of people who reach out to me and say, Hemant, I have been working since my second year full time. तो क्या वो count होगा? नहीं. If you have given your final exams, like final bachelor exams in May, and then you have started working, only then it will be counted. First. Second, it should not be free of cost. Zero salary पे नहीं होना चाहिए. There should definitely be a salary there. ठीक है. उसके अलावा इन सम आईएम्स कैश कंपोनेंट वाला सैलरी को कंसिडर नहीं करते हैं. आईएम के में पिछले साल तक का पता नहीं, बट मेरे टाइम पे किया था. सो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल इन माय बैच हु हैड देयर सैलरी इन कैश. दे गॉट द सैलरी सर्टिफिकेट, दे हैड देयर ऑफर लेटर, दे हैड देयर एक्सपीरियंस लेटर. इट वर्क. However, it would be idle if you have the offer letter, if you have the experience letter, if you have the salary slips. First and last salary slip is more than enough to cover everything. I hope there is no doubt here, or is there any clarification required?
Got it.
Cool. Self-employment
Yeah,
service.
I want to ask you something regarding salary slips.
Tell me.
Yeah, the first because I have now around 3 years of work experience. So the first salary slip I have, but bank statements, everything do we need to show since the first day?
No, you don't really need to show bank statements. Like if there's no other proof that you have, then only you have to go to bank statements वगैरह नहीं.
Okay.
Yeah. So is there any section to upload working document? I don't think यहाँ पे होगा. It's just a declaration. If you get a further shortlist call, then you might need to. So this is a first filtration call. It means you have passed the minimum criteria to be eligible to be considered by Kozhikode. However, once they get data of everyone who is interested, then they will have a filtering mechanism कि ठीक है इतना percentile के ऊपर call करेंगे वगैरह जो भी. But this is not a call for your interview. This is just a preliminary call to get your data so that they can choose who they want to send an interview call. ठीक है? Yeah, friendly.
Hey, hi, Hemant. Just I had a small doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Answer, can you go on the work experience again? Can you click on the add experience, the first tab? Yeah, in this one, I wanted to know what to fill on the industry part. So I work in an NBFC, but I'm an engineer.
ठीक है. If you're working in an NBFC, then you can go for NBFC like finance या कुछ भी अगर वैसा दिया होगा. ठीक है. See, thing is कि one person I think yesterday reached out to me. They work in Nike, so there are two different entities possibly. I've asked them to see if it is true or not. Their offer letter tells they will be working in Nike Technologies, but their salary comes from Nike. Nike is again a retail brand. ठीक है. So what exactly do they need to put? मैंने बोला कि information technology put करो because it is a separate entity. So look at your offer letter, which entity they have offered you. So if it's like, let's say, which company did you tell?
So I work in a NBFC.
NBFC में, I think you are directly involved. So you might be making the product, right? There's no separate entity for that.
Like
Yeah.
I handle the data part, the engineering side.
हाँ, so again I'm asking, let's say NBFC का नाम ABC Limited है.
Hmm.
तो क्या आपके ऑफर लेटर में ABC Engineering Limited लिखा है?
No, it's ABC Limited. It's only one entity.
Then put NBFC only.
NBFC, okay.
Yeah.
And one more thing. So the
Mhm.
gross monthly remuneration, this is before tax.
हाँ, before tax.
And this reporting to designation is like the level of
If you're reporting to the CEO, then you can like write here. If it is mentioned in the offer letter, it's good. Mostly it's mentioned in the offer letter who you will be reporting to. If not, you can write. See, this is not conclusive. They're not really going to check it.
okay.
Just they want to see what kind of workings do you carry. What is the impact of the workings that you carry, right?
Okay.
तो आप अगर अभी सपोज करो ऑफर लेटर में लिखा है कि आप सीनियर एनालिस्ट को रिपोर्ट करते हो, बट नाउ यू आर रिपोर्टिंग टू द VP ऑफ एनालिस्ट. So
Okay.
maybe it's not there in the offer letter, but you can tell this in the interview. However, to write here, you have to write senior analyst because it's in the offer letter. It's documented.
No, so my job title is I'm a manager.
Okay.
Should I write that or
So who you are reporting to is the question, right?
like
तो आप जिसको भी जाके whoever is your फ्रंट, लाइक अब एक सीनियर लेवल मैनेजर है जिसको आप अपना सारा काम दिखाते हो, whoever approves it for you, who is the first person of contact for you, like write their name.
for me it would be like the lead, the next lead I have.
ठीक
Okay.
है.
The department lead, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Department lead then. It's on the offer letter, right?
Not, not on the offer letter because it changes a lot.
See, again, I would say if it's on the offer letter, if there is a designation that is written that you will be reporting to XYZ person and it's written on the offer letter,
Okay.
write the offer letter one here. And in the interview, you can say that you are currently reporting to, let's say, the lead, team lead.
But if there's no such an
Then you can
no such thing.
replicate it. I don't think like, then there's a chance for them to cross verify.
Okay, got it. Thanks, Hemant. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks much.
Tushar?
Hi, so following on the same thing. So like one thing, so currently, I think a few months back, my organization went some internal changes.
Mhm.
So the designation that I worked previously is changed now. So like just a few initials have been added. So I was working as an analyst. Now it's a DC analyst. So
PCM is मतलब?
Deloitte Consulting Analyst, I think.
Okay.
That's what. So like I'll mention so in my offer letter, so I was recruited 2 years back. So that offer letter has now the old designation, but also I can generate a work experience letter on the same date. So today I can generate one that will show that as of 1st January, he's working as DC analyst at this company.
That
So
works.
I use that, right? Not the
Yeah,
offer
you
letter.
can use that. You can use that.
And
So
also like
basically,
this,
yes.
yeah.
So what I was saying is basically the promotion hota hai, they don't really generate a new offer letter every time, right? I don't know
Right,
how
right.
it worked. So I'm just assuming if in case they do every time your designation is changed or आपका promotion होता है, then you can ask for a new offer letter. In case it's not, and as you said that you can generate an experience letter where it shows that you have become a DC analyst from, let's say, March 2024, you are promoted to a DC analyst.
Right.
That can be done, then you can easily use it, no problem.
Okay, and also this reporting to designation is also not mentioned anywhere because
हाँ,
it changes. So कुछ भी भर दूं, like I'll mention senior consultant.
हाँ, you can write it.
And like so it will come under the industry will be IT only, right? Like
हाँ,
consulting will be in IT.
हाँ, IT consulting, हाँ.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Do I need to see the chat? Darshan, show the most recent one. What is the case with family business? What do I need to present? See, in family business, again, you need to have आपके पापा का business है मान लो, and if it's registered, so you can get a salary certificate. If like let's say मेरा किराना shop है, ठीक है? So there is no salary slip as such that is being generated because things are not very automated, and I have not shown this under work experience as well. I could have shown, but the thing is कि जिनका था, some people had a proper business setup जहाँ पे salary slip वगैरह generate हो सकता है. That's another thing. However, I think so. Philippines. Okay. However, uh, in your case, let's say if it's not a very established one, then you need to have a salary certificate where it is written at what designation you are working and what is the salary you're getting. if you're getting it in cash, if you have a bank account statement जहाँ पे हर महीना पैसा जा रहा है, then you can show that as well, it will work. बाकी ऑफर लेटर में बेसिक वो आपका एक्सपीरियंस लेटर वो सब बेसिक जनरेट कर दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगा. I'm not saying that you should forge it, but it's what you are having, what you need to have. This is just what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying again to forge it. Yeah, I'm a designated partner of my partnership firm. Okay, and I don't report to anyone. I think you can leave blank Gurleen. वो शायद required नहीं है. Let's say someone is an owner of a startup, so they don't really, you know, क्या बोलते हैं? They can't really report to someone. Bit confused if consulting comes under IT, this or other. Raghav, what I'll do is I'll cross-check once with my batchmates and I'll clarify it to you. I'll also clarify it for Tushar here if that the person is working in IT, but in a consulting firm. So where does it come? My gross salary has increased. Abshika, if I'm pronouncing your name right, hopefully. Then mention the one that is right now till 31st December because they're looking at that one. 1st January से आपका change हुआ है. You can tell this in the interview. I don't think that even matters a lot. Joining letter and salary slips have never been shared. Will that be okay? Experience certificate. Joining letter नहीं तो offer letter तो होगा शिल्पा. I mean offer letter ही तो sign करना पड़ता है ना. उसके बिना तो कैसे? I'm not sure how is this possible. If you can get an offer letter, it would be best. It's like this is first sign of confirmation. My company gives a very basic salary statement just defining the basic component. Okay, you're a freelancer, so you were working on contract basis. My company, do I know? Yes, as a consultant. ठीक है. For now, you can have your experience letter, you can have your IT wala, and you can have your bank account statements जो तुम ले जा सकते हो. And once you are there in the like interview stage, they will cross check, they will verify, and they'll note down if they need anything else from you, and they will give you a provisional admission. कि ठीक है, the person is considered for now for interview, but they are getting a provisional admission until they have submitted this letter. They won't be given a full admission. So they'll inform you क्या क्या चाहिए. You will have time. Just get them. हाँ, okay, okay. I'll just go Bhavini. Sorry, Bhavini. Then that is, do I need basic salary components उससे in addition? ठीक है, यहाँ पे आएंगे. Don't worry. Gracie, I have my experience in healthcare and accounts receivable. What industry should I choose? See, industry healthcare ही तो होना चाहिए ना possibly. अब आपका ये अलग हो सकता है, क्या बोलते हैं ना, उसमें रोल अलग हो सकता है, बट इंडस्ट्री तो हेल्थ केयर ही होगा जितना मेरे को समझ आ रहा है. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, इट्स लाइक नॉट अ वेरी बिग थिंग. आप उसको इतना माइंड में मत लो कि उसको एकदम परफेक्ट करना है. इट्स वेरी ट्रिवियल. आई मीन दे आर डूइंग इट फॉर देयर, क्या बोलते हैं ना, their documentation and everything. But it's not very conclusive. It's not going to impact much. I don't think it's going to impact at all because a lot of people will get the industry wrong. Most of the people who are checking, in fact, are like the ones. I'm not saying as a downgrading them, but they are doing the clerical job. So whatever has been written, they just cross-verify it. They also don't have an idea कि exactly कौन से industry में fall करेगा. Most of the people. So if there is someone who is checking,
Sorry.
they might just tell you कि ठीक है, you like they will change it themselves अगर उनको कुछ change करना है. Don't think over it much. I have a double bachelor degree, first BCom and B.Ed. ठीक है, according to him. So is there a chance for me? See, double bachelor degree का ना थोड़ा सा मेरे को sure नहीं है. Can you show B.Ed as your primary degree? If that can happen, I mean, there's a difference between telling a lie and telling complete truth. So if you're fine, तो B.Ed को दिखा दो. I'll have to check. You can mail the admission committee. They are very prompt in replying. However, I'll say mail it today. अभी हो सकता है session के just बाद, and ask them for a clear clarification कि क्या है. I'm working as a UK payroll administrator. Should I fill fin accounts or HR? See, again, I'm saying ये चीज, there's a lot of doubt in this. The industry in which you're working is defined by the company in which you're working. It's not defined by the role in which you're working, right? So let's say if I'm working as a salesperson in HUL, so I'm working in FMCG industry, राइट, माई डोमेन इज मार्केटिंग और सेल्स। सो आप अगर यूके पेरोल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर का काम कर रहे हो, डज नॉट मैटर व्हाट इंडस्ट्री आर यू वर्किंग फॉर, इज इट गवर्नमेंट, इज इट लाइक आईटी, इज इट ऑटोमोबाइल, वो देखो, उस तरह से देखो। आई होप दैट क्लैरिफाइज इट ऑल। There's a difference between industry and domain. Don't confuse between them. My company gives a very basic salary statement just defining the basic components, my designation. That's it. Okay. Do I need a bank statement? नहीं, सैलरी स्लिप है ना, सैलरी स्टेटमेंट मतलब सैलरी स्लिप दे रहे हो लोग आपको, राइट?
Yes,
हाँ, तो बस उसके ज्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाना, सैलरी
but
स्लिप।
it is like not very standardized process because the company is not like a very MNC kind of a thing. So they just have the basic components of the salary and my designation, my name and the month that they're paying and the normal stamp and the signature.
ठीक है, काफी है यार, बहुत है।
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Would the LLP agreement work as a proof of work experience? And I'm entitled to profit out of business as per my say. What do I put there? Gulin, you are working at a startup, right? Your own startup, and you are in a partnership agreement with 2 or 3 people. So you will have to present your incorporation document, your LLP agreement, your proof of work experience, which is there, and any kind of profit that you have already got. If there's any bank statement supporting कि आपको आपके फर्म से आपने अपने सैलरी अकाउंट में कुछ पैसे भेजे हो, so that would be more than enough. ठीक है, एंड इफ यू आर क्लेमिंग एनी सेल्स वगैरह कि मैंने इतना सेल किया है, which is not here right now, but later when you write it in your CV that you were founding partner and you sold 10 lakh worth of saman, so there should be proof for it as well. Let's say your sales journal should be there, or anything should be there to establish the fact that yes, you have done it. BPED is a 2 year degree, not possible. Yeah, फिर तो I know, I think it would be difficult. I don't think they'll give relaxation here in terms of you not having 60%. However, I'll still say mail them, hope for the best, but looks a bit shady. Could you please share your Excel? हाँ हाँ करूँगा मैं। Shrishti, KPMG services LLP which will come under which other industry? KPMG मैं पूछता हूँ बैच ग्रुप में। I mean, just on Telegram, write me the list of companies that I have to ask. I'll ask in the batch group and get back to you, whatever they have written. Do they not consider? आई थिंक कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल वाला थोड़ा सा वो लोग नहीं करते हैं। कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल वाला थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है, बिकॉज देन इट्स लाइक इट कैन abruptly end. It has been a problem previously also. People have told this ki it's not the right way, but mostly IIMs do not consider contractual work uh, easily. If you have your supporting documents, then it's fine. But uh, mm, I think again this I'll also check. As far as I know, there is no one that I can recall from my batch who has a contractual work agreement and has showed it. Uh, let me check. Let me check. Just drop me a DM ship, but yeah, I'll get this addressed. So can we move forward? Sorry, okay. I think this is the main thing. Briefly outline your professional plans and career objective in your own words, explaining and substantiating why do you want to do PGP and what do you expect to get out of it. See, again, it's like your SOP. See the baat hai. SOP, I hope you know statement of purpose. In SOP, what really they are looking at is how do you build up things. So let's say what is the background that you're coming from, what degree you have done, or what work ex you have done, and then what is your motivation to go towards an MBA, who really pushed you. And then they're specifically asking PGP because there are 3 programs: PGP, PGP Finance, and LSM. So PGP का थोड़ा सा curriculum देखो, see the kind of courses. So what I'll tell you PGP offers is PGP offers a variety of. Okay. PGP offers a variety of courses. Like you will get to know everything, and in second year there are a lot of electives. First, second, you can go for a foreign exchange, which is not mandatory, but there's one term, just term 5, which you can completely spend in foreign universities. Okay, which is not there in PGP, Fin, and LSM. So if there's anyone who wants to have a taste of how foreign universities teach and all, they can mention that. What do you expect to get out of it? वही बेसिक चीज होता है कि तुमको डिसीजन मेकिंग एबिलिटी, स्ट्रक्चर्ड लर्निंग, प्रोफेसर्स, अच्छे प्रोफेसर्स से सीखना है वगैरह वगैरह. I'll share you my answer, what I have written. But yes, going through this so far, like PGP, I got to know ki what exactly is that you get. You get a good peer group, obviously, but that isn't any MBA. The main highlight of PGP is mostly all the subjects are open for you to take. However, in PGP Finance and PGP LSM, there are only a few electives that are, considered for you. So as a PGP, I can sit in PGP LSM class. There are a few subjects of PGP जिसमें LSM वाले लोग भी बैठ सकते हैं, but those are only a few. I can sit in mostly all LSM classes if I want. So that is the flexibility that we get in PGP. Second, it's a very, very all-round curriculum. Let's say LSM is a bit rooted towards socialism, वो सब क्या थोड़ा UPSC side, थोड़ा सा humanity side. Fin is very fin core. There are a lot of fin subjects, but in PGP you have variety. You have IT, operations, marketing, finance, HR, everything. So that is one of the key components. And then third, obviously, as I told, foreign exchange is something that is only open to PGP students. So that is something you can consider while writing. However, this is just your YMBA. ये basic SOP है. Career objectives में लिखना थोड़ा शॉर्ट टर्म लॉन्ग टर्म गोल क्या है. शॉर्ट टर्म मीनिंग लॉन्ग टर्म एग्जैक्टली वेयर यू वांट टू एंड अप, एंड देन हाउ एमबीए इज अ स्टेपिंग स्टोन फॉर यू. ठीक है. सो दैट इज हाउ एग्जैक्टली आई क्रिएटेड माय आंसर व्हिच आई शो. स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेस, 500 वर्ड का लिमिट है. 2 से 3 स्ट्रेंथ लिखो, 1 वीकनेस लिखो. ठीक है. अगेन आई हैव टोल्ड इन माय यूट्यूब वीडियो प्रीवियसली बिफोर, एंड यू ऑल आल्सो नो, आई होपफुली थिंक सो, कि स्ट्रेंथ तो आप अपने हिसाब से जस्ट इंट्रोस्पेक्ट एंड राइट, बट वीकनेस ऐसे लिखो which does not make you a bad candidate for the course. So I'll give you an example. Let's say if you are not a learner, if you are not academically good, ठीक है, and you acknowledge इनमें तुमको पढ़ाई में कोई मन ही नहीं लगता, that is your weakness. So you're not a good candidate for the course, because then there will be 1,000 hours of classroom learning that will be happening. You'll have to be academically dedicated because you'll work in groups and you will have a lot of assignments to do. You'll have to attend classes. You have to add value to the classes. So if you're flagging a weakness like this, जो आपको एकदम अनअट्रैक्टिव बना देगा इस कोर्स के लिए, that will be bad for you. So there's a difference between, again, saying lies and not telling the complete truth. Try to find weaknesses that are okay, like that are bearable, कि ये चलेगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लॉट ऑफ पीपल से टाइम मैनेजमेंट वीकनेस मेरे को नहीं बताना. भाई बताओ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. टाइम मैनेजमेंट वीकनेस इज वेरी common and it's very hard to master. There are a lot of people who, even there are sometimes professors as well, and almost everyone in the world is struggling to get their time management sorted. Priority and time management is very, very crucial skill to learn, but you are lacking it. And MBA will give you a lot of things on the plate, so you will eventually have to learn priority management and time management. वरना आप MBA survive नहीं कर सकते. So it's a good weakness to have, because then MBA will be giving you a platform to get over that weakness. ठीक है. It's not a red flag. It's not a red flag. If you want, you can go to my YouTube video where I have told about strength and weakness. You can see the list, whatever you can consider, and that will be enough for you. Okay. Being emotional, fine, but laziness नहीं है. Laziness नहीं. MBA is a course which, क्या बोलते हैं ना, MBA is a course which requires you to be on the top of on your foot all the time, and you might have to pull all-nighters and all. You will have to work in groups. So being lazy shows that you have a lack of intent, and you might show laziness here as well. I mean, you are lazy by your choice, not by your circumstances. So that is why I would say don't flag laziness. Being emotional, yes, you can write being emotional, लेकिन एक जन ने किसी ने बोला था कि they're being very aggressive. I mean, they cannot really control, when they're not in control of the situation, they panic a lot and all. ये भी मत लिखो. Again, MBA will give you a lot of reasons to panic. If you are someone who panics a lot, then you will not be able to survive the course. So don't do that. I feel lack in GK and I want to work on my communication skill. You can write, but GK वाला I don't think, like it looks like a filler. कि भाई इसको कुछ ऐसा लिखना है जो प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट ना करे, तो जीके लिख दो. भाई जीके पता भी होता है, मान लो कोई जीके मास्टर है MBA कोर्स में, तो ये कौन सा उसका स्ट्रेंथ है. ठीक है. It's hard for me to forget things or people who did wrong to me. यार ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा, अब they are looking for a weakness that MBA can help you solve. I would say don't write this कि यार मैं बहुत, I take grudge, I keep grudge in myself. It's better not to do that. Is it better to just write around 200 words? What's a good limit since they're read by, and you don't want. So see, in strengths, whatever you write, you will have to back it up by a claim. So let's say if you're writing, you're a team player. So you'll have to give an initiative where you have led a team. Similarly, when you are writing a weakness, for example, मैंने लिखा था कि मैं fitness उतना अच्छा नहीं है. So I wrote that मैं gym जा रहा हूँ. I'm trying to fix that thing. So you have to, in strengths, you have to back it by a claim, like back it by an instance, and in weakness, you will have to back it और say कि क्योंकि मैंने एक weakness को recognize किया. Now, let's say if you recognize a weakness and you're not working on it, then what good are you of a person? नहीं. So if you have recognized a weakness, then you have to do something to work towards it. And that is why you need to say. So let's say if you are saying that you are lazy, what have you done to like overcome your laziness? कि आप पार्क जाना शुरू कर दिए, दौड़ना शुरू कर दिए. ठीक है. But that will invite questions, because then they really want to do if you have done that or not. So let's say if you're saying that you don't really forget people or you hold grudge who have done bad to you, so what have you done? So let's say मेरे केस में क्या था, I'm sharing out my personality here कि I don't really hold grudge, but I feel bad when someone does bad to me. I really want to tell this to them, but I know if I tell it to them, I might not tell it in the right way and it might make things wrong. So what I started doing, I started writing a journal. And this I started in MBA. ये मैंने किसी आंसर में नहीं बोला. This is the real time thing. So I started writing a journal and pour out my thoughts there. And it really helped me because मेरे को लग रहा है मैं किसी को तो बता रहा हूँ. I'm not just keeping it inside myself. So you will have to find a way that, you know, जो भी weakness आप बोल रहे हो, क्या आप उसको fix करने के लिए किस चीज़ का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हो? What are you doing to actually get over it? And 200 words, Raghav, if you can put all of it in 200 words, it's great. But yeah, I'll say 3:1 का रेशियो करना स्ट्रेंथ वीकनेस का. एंड अगर आप 3 स्ट्रेंथ लिख रहे हो, तीनों का बैकिंग लिखोगे, एक वीकनेस लिखोगे, फिर हाउ आर यू ओवरकमिंग इट, यू आर राइटिंग दैट, देन you know, I don't think it will fit in 200 words, but if you can fit, go on. However, I'll suggest this personally, don't go for a flowery vocab. ऐसा मत करना कि यार मैं इतने टफ वर्ड्स लिखूं जो बहुत कुछ चीज़ों को एक वर्ड में समराइज कर लेता है. लेट्स से flabbergasted. It's not a very flowery word, but for example, a lot of people might not know what is the meaning of flabbergasted. So I was very surprised that if you write flabbergasted, it can save you the words, but then the person who is reading might not know the meaning. So keep as simple English as possible because you want to ensure whatever you are writing is going to the other person in correct way. If I'm not that consistent, how are you working on it, Swaraj? ये लिखना है. Bharat, in workplace, tagging a topic and demand for perfectionism. भाई ये सब मत लिखना. Demand for no one is perfect. Please don't write it as a weakness. In fact, if you're demanding for perfectionism, it's kind of a strength. You want attention to detail. You don't want anything to blow up. And it's not really a strength as well. It's a very human thing to miss out on things. Even Elon Musk से गलती होती है जो आज वर्ल्ड का सबसे richest person है. And if you go and say भाई मैं हूँ वो बंदा जिसको सब कुछ perfect चाहिए, तो भाई तुम CEO बन जाओ. ऐसा बोलेंगे वो लोग. Then you should start your own company. Why? You will never be able to work under anyone because people will make mistakes. And if you're one who demands for perfectionism, then you're a hard person to work with. Saksham, are the questions being evaluated? No. They are read once you get an interview call. They are read and you might get question over it. Oversensitive or handwriting. Handwriting is a very interesting one. वो लिख सकते हैं. But what are you really doing to fix it? I mean, it's something they want to see that, yeah, you have recognized. See, you have to write a weakness that is also essential for you to fix. I mean, in the world of digital, जहाँ सब keyboard पे आ गया, I don't really think in bad handwriting is a big caveat for you. Right. So I am not sure how I would have taken it, but I would have definitely cross-questioned you. Do you think having a bad handwriting in this digital world is a problem and all? And maybe I would have seen your difference. Yes, also. Oversensitive again, when you're working with people, people don't want to work with people who it's hard to work with. So I would suggest don't go for something like oversensitive. As weakness, can I say I'm good when I have to work in a structured environment, but not efficient? Yeah, you can say that, Apurva. You can say, but that shows a bit of lack of intent from your side कि जब तक आपको कोई कुआं में धकेले ना आप तैरना नहीं सीखोगे. So what are you doing to overcome it is going to be important. What about being too practical and not thinking emotionally while taking decisions? ठीक है, this could be one. कि emotional intelligence तो lack करते हो. That is fine. 500 word limit है तो ज़रूरी है कि उतना ही फिल करूँ? नहीं, ज़रूरी नहीं है. Can taking time in decision making be a weakness and can help? नहीं यार, Sangeeta, I don't think so. I mean, MBA will give you a lot of tools which will actually make you think more and take more time because decision फिर क्या आप उसी हिसाब से लोगे कि वो सही हो. And sometimes sometimes, yeah, most of the times, hasty decisions are not the right decisions. So until there's a call कि आपको कोई यहाँ पे बंदूक रख के बोल रहा है कोई decision लो, then you have to take a fast decision. But if it's a business decision जहाँ आपको 10 लाख रुपए लगाना है या 1 करोड़ रुपए लगाना है, you will think over it, right? There's no fast in that. Not very social, ठीक है, not very social, fine, so good. And you are participating in team building activities to fix, fine, very good. Being fiercely competitive, it's a double-edged sword. Double-edged sword. Lacking stress management कर सकते हैं. What about low maintenance? Low maintenance ये तो रिलेशनशिप में हो गया सर भाई. एमबीए नहीं होता है. And uncomfortable with quants and data driven work. Bad weakness, यार कैट क्रैक करके आए हो, आईएम के का कॉल है, एलआरडीआई निकाला, क्वांट्स निकाला और फिर बोलोगे कि मैं बैड हूँ. तो वो बोलेगा तुम्हारा मार्क्स कैसा है, सबसे पहले ये बताओ. इट मीन्स इट वाज अ स्ट्रोक ऑफ लक एंड द अल्टीमेट filtering mechanism that they use, which is the CAT exam. You're saying that you're bad at it. Don't do that to you, यार. You have become significantly better at least. Now don't say कि क्योंकि मैं bad था I took CAT, I became better, now I'm sitting here. Don't do that. Find something more. You have written your essay hopefully to find a lot of. We are filled with weaknesses here. Uh, not sure why you're not able to find one. Can people pleasing be a weakness? Definitely, definitely. Getting anxious easily to improve. I'm back. हाँ ठीक है. Easily मत बोलो. Easily मत बोलो हाँ. But often getting anxious often. Do we have to provide instance for weakness? नहीं भाई. Weakness के लिए instance क्या? अगर आप मेरे को आके बोलोगे कि भाई मैं बहुत ही खराब स्विमर हूँ, तो मैं ये थोड़ी बोलूंगा कि तू जब पानी में कूदा है तो डूबने वाला था. नहीं ना. इफ यू नो दैट इट्स अ वीकनेस देन आई सी कि क्या ठीक करने के लिए क्या कर रहे हो. आई वुडंट से कि भाई पानी में कूद के देखा. लैक ऑफ फिटनेस सीम्स टू बी अ सेफ वीकनेस. हाँ भाई मैंने तो वही किया अपूर्व. हाँ. I take too much on my plate. Yes, priority management. It was also one of my weaknesses. If they would have asked me, कि, okay, tell me three weaknesses. So my second weaknesses would have been कि मेरे को थोड़ा FOMO हो जाता है. And it's a very natural thing to have FOMO. आजकल इतना कुछ है, you are bombarded by everything, left, right, and center. So it's natural to have FOMO, and then you take a lot of things on your plate, and then you're not able to manage it. But now you have started to make like I had. I had a defense for it. Now I've started to make a list of things I don't want to do. पहले मेरे को था कि what I want to do, don't want to do, ताकि I can क्या बोलते हैं ना get things sorted. Also, can weakness be a strength in some cases? वो सब मत करना यार. Don't work with them. Can my weaknesses be that I struggle to actively maintain relationship with friends and families? It could be. It could be. I mean, then, हाँ, if you have recognized कि ठीक है, let's say in my case I use dark humor a lot, so people might get offended. So even though like I have find my type of people who are fine with it and we joke around with each other, but it might not be out there in the public कि सब लोग बहुत ही ज़्यादा इस चीज़ से कंफर्टेबल हो. ठीक है. So that is a weakness that I've recognized, and then what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be sensitive. I'm trying to recognize when to say what. I'm trying to recognize कि ठीक है कब एक इंसान के साथ मैं उस लेवल तक जा सकता हूँ कि I can maintain such level of relationship with them where I can use dark humor on them. तो वो ठीक है. I think that's fine. Making big commitments to be fulfilled in small time and then missing on them. Again, it's like FOMO है या priority management सही नहीं है. So that is fine. But then what could be a defense for it? You will say, now stop making big commitments. Now you will say you're now assessing how much time it will take and then उसके हिसाब से. So देख लो. Can overthinking be a weakness? It can be a weakness. Over analyzing and taking forever, it can be a weakness. Consistency a good strength. I step हाँ, it's a good strength. चलो we'll move on. इसके ऊपर काफी चर्चा हो गई है, काफी ज़्यादा हो गई है actually. ठीक है. What is the most significant accomplishment so far? So it's one of my favorite questions, and the reason is because a lot of people will say, see, there are two, three things I want to say. First, don't mention cat. कि भाई मैं कैट में इतना लाया, let's say 99 लाया, 99.8 या 9 फिर भी समझ आता है. For let's say a person like me who took cat 3 times, मैं 44 percentile first time लाया था, last में 97.84 लाया. So it can definitely be one of my most significant achievements. But realize something, कि are your most significant achievement, when they're using the word most, it means you put it at the top of your क्या बोलते हैं ना thinking, you put it at the top of your being as a human. जो इतना 24-25 साल बिताया, 21 साल बिताया, उसमें आप इसको टॉप मानते हो. भाई ऐसा क्या कर दिया तुमने, कुछ एक चीज बताओ. ठीक है. What it was for me is that I, at the age of 18, if there are any Xavierians here, they would know कि हमारे यहाँ टोस्ट मास्टर्स आते हैं सेशन करने. So I went on the stage in front of 800 people and spoke for the first time. And I had never spoken before, even in front of a crowd of 5. I was shivering, I was sweating, मेरे मुंह से ढंग से निकल नहीं रहा था आवाज. इंग्लिश मेरे को अच्छा से आता नहीं था. I was breaking a lot. And I just got done. I just got done for those 2 minutes. My friends were laughing. The 1600 eyes that were judging me. And it was such a frustrating, not a frustrating, but I'd say liberal experience. Like the moment I got down, there were some people who appreciated my strength. Friends चलो मजाक उड़ाते, but बाद में उन्होंने भी बोला कि they would have not done that. And after that incident happened, I never shied away from going on a stage and speaking in front of people. Now I can speak in front of 10,000 people and I don't care. I can speak. And that is the most significant achievement for me, because then I got away from my public speaking fear, stage fear. I improved my communication skill. I know that I have things to say and people want to listen. And then I went on to competitions and so many things which I would not have done if I had not taken that step. तो मेरे हिसाब से वो जो स्टेप मैंने लिया और वो जो चीज़ मैंने किया वो मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ा accomplishment था. Now one would say कि यार, is it really the biggest accomplishment? I don't know. But for me as a person, it was because that decision changed the trajectory of my life. So if there is a decision that you took that changed the trajectory of your life forward, maybe you can write it. Or else, yeah, if you are very academic, can working on a huge client be an achievement? See, how publishing a book can be, definitely. It takes a lot of efforts. Salute. Working with a huge client. Is it your startup? First of all, question that. क्योंकि अगर आप एक कंपनी में काम कर रहे हो and आप सही से काम कर रहे हो, so they will give you clients. They want people who take initiative and who are accountable. However, आप 24-25 साल से यहाँ पे हो इस धरती पे, क्या वो क्लाइंट के ऊपर काम करना आपका लाइफ का सबसे बड़ा हाईलाइट है? बिकॉज मेरे लिए ऐसा नहीं होता. जो मैं आज अपना GDPI कोर्स रन कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है, उसमें 30 पीपल है, पिछले बैच में 32 थे. आई हैव काइंड ऑफ सेट अप माई ओन बिजनेस. सो इट्स लाइक even being in MBA college, I am earning money. I have my YouTube channel जिसमें 4500 subscribers है. Still it's not the biggest achievement of my life, but it's a good achievement. It's not everyone has it. ठीक है, और मैं इसको बेंचमार्क भी नहीं कर रहा कि मेरे तो सिर्फ 4500 है, मान लो किसी के 10 लाख सब्सक्राइबर्स है, या मेरा तो सिर्फ मान लो अब तक 1 लाख का रेवेन्यू हुआ है, किसी का 100 करोड़ का रेवेन्यू हो रहा है. डज नॉट मैटर. द होल पॉइंट इज कि क्या वो 1 लाख का रेवेन्यू या 4500 सब्सक्राइबर्स मेरे लाइफ का हाईलाइट बन जाएगा, कि इसके बिना तो मैं अपनी लाइफ को डिफाइन ही नहीं कर सकता. इफ दैट इज द थिंग, देन मे बी लेट्स से आई एम कमिंग फ्रॉम अ विलेज एंड मेरे पास कुछ नहीं था, कुछ भी नहीं था. मैं 10 रुपये लेके कोरिकोड आया और मैंने वहां से भाई एक यूट्यूब चैनल बनाया जो इतना इतना कर गया. देन इट डेफिनेटली इज. बट आई एम कमिंग फ्रॉम अ प्रिविलेज बैकग्राउंड, काइंड ऑफ अ प्रिविलेज बैकग्राउंड. पेरेंट्स से कभी प्रेशर नहीं आया. आई वेंट टू अ गुड कॉलेज. आई वाज सराउंडेड बाय गुड पीयर्स. सो मे बी that right now कि मेरा GDPR course या YouTube channel is not the biggest achievement for me. So I don't think huge client should be one of them. But yeah, I don't know your background. If you're coming from a very humble background जहाँ आपको कुछ नहीं मिला and you worked all your way up, and then working on that client is like the biggest thing for your company. अब उस कंपनी में भाई जो भी इस क्लाइंट पे काम कर रहा है उसको सल्यूट मारते हैं. तब आप करो. बताओ. Publishing a research paper, maybe if it's published in a good journal, definitely. How about emotional angle? ये my parents are significantly, हाँ, definitely. स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग, अपने फैमिली का स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग बढ़ाया, अपने अपने जनरेशनल चेंज लाया. इट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग. I really don't have achievement certificates to fill, plus no social work too. How do I fill additional information on a section 5 में achievement वाला? I'll come to it. ठीक है. हाँ पूर्वा, योर आप स्टोइसिज्म को बहुत फॉलो करते हो ऐसा लग रहा है. लाइक it's fine if you don't have to show excitement about it. I am just, my work right now is to make things exciting to sell it on my YouTube. So that is why I am like, I speak in a way कि आपको लगे भाई ये क्या तोड़ काम किया. हो सकता है ये भी बहुत नॉर्मल काम हो. So yeah, it's just they're asking you something. They might not even ask you in the interview, but yes, it's good if you write something that can make your eyes glow up and you can talk about it. Like I can talk about the whole Toastmaster scenario in detail for at least half an hour. कि क्या हुआ क्या नहीं, every hand movement that I did, every gesture that I did, what was the crowd reaction. So if it's something that is a nice achievement and you hold it dearly to you, write it. You don't necessarily need to have a very good feeling about it. I really don't have any achievement certificates to fill, plus no social work to. बात करते हैं, बात करते हैं. Again, Rohan, see, I would suggest कि don't really, क्या बोलते हैं ना, put academics at the center of your most significant accomplishment. मतलब हाँ, अगर आप AIR-1 आ गए JEE में, then it's definitely there because at that age you have done that. Or maybe AIR-1 AIR-1000 के अंदर भी you went to a good college or you cracked something international. But 9.25 SGPA लाना, is it that big of a deal? You were a consistent student throughout and एक सेमेस्टर में बैक लगा, that does not, बैक भी नहीं, एक सेमेस्टर में थोड़ा कम आया, that does not make you a bad student at all. It could be any reason, and then you got back to your natural self of being a good student. So it was just a self-realization that you were going to the wrong path and you turned towards the right path. Does it really show that change in your life? Like I went from person who never went onto the stage to person who can speak in front of 800 people in just a matter of those 3-4 minutes. And that is why I say it's the most significant achievement for me. ठीक है. Srishti, age of 20, joined Big Four, youngest science graduate to get in, worked with people all over, learn the art of collaboration. हाँ, ठीक है, कर सकते हैं. एज 20 में इट्स नॉट इजी, यू कैन राइट दैट. बट हाँ, इफ यू कैन लुक मोर इनटू योरसेल्फ, इफ यू कैन सी कि हाँ कुछ और ऐसा मिले जो तुम्हारी लाइफ से थोड़ा पर्सनली ज़्यादा कनेक्टेड है, then it would be good. CFA में 90 प्लस परसेंटाइल इन ऑल लेवल्स अचीवमेंट हो सकता. अचीवमेंट क्यों नहीं हो सकता भरत? अचीवमेंट तो जरूर हो सकता है, बट आई एम सेइंग व्हेन इट्स रिटन, अगेन लिसन टू मी वेरी केयरफुली, इट्स रिटन मोस्ट. मोस्ट का मतलब क्या होता है भाई? हु इज द पर्सन हु यू लव द मोस्ट. सो अब उसका आंसर क्या होगा? फॉर मोस्ट पीपल इट विल बी मम्मी पापा. ठीक है, व्हेन मोस्ट वर्ड कम्स, देन योर फ्रेंड्स 10 साल 20 साल, योर बॉयफ्रेंड, योर गर्लफ्रेंड, योर स्पाउस, most people take a back seat and it's your parents. And that is the significance of the word most. So don't leave that out. Most को consider करके देखो कि हाँ, इस particular incident को अगर मैं यहाँ डाल रहा हूँ या डाल रही हूँ, is that the most significant thing that I'm putting? हाँ हाँ, लिटिल और चलेगा ना, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है भाई. अब तुम सोचो, मान लो 10 साल की उम्र है, ठीक है, अ पर्सन वॉज फॉलिंग ऑफ द क्लिफ एंड you braved your way through and saved them, and that you think is the most significant achievement of your life. So 10 साल के एज में, मतलब हो गया उसको 14-15 ईयर हो गया, फिर भी it is the most significant achievement because you saved a life, you showed the bravery, you risked your life, everything. So it's not really that, but does it get to the category of most? That matters. Again, Isha, like I told, ask yourself, don't ask me, ask yourself, is it the most significant achievement? Getting a silver medal for rank one at school, is it your most significant? स्कूल छोड़े, मान लो अगर आपने 12 में भी किया, तो फर्स्ट ईयर, सेकेंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर, और लेट्स से 1 साल ड्रॉप मान लो या 1 साल वर्क, 4 साल में आपने ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया जो सिल्वर मेडल से अबव हो, दैट लुक्स अ बिट ऑफ. लेट एन इंटरनेशनल कंसल्टिंग प्रोजेक्ट ड्यूरिंग कॉलेज विल लेट यू. हाँ ठीक है, दैट्स गुड, दैट्स गुड. कैन आई से दैट आई वाज हैप्पी दैट आई कुड बी Ananya, this, if you're very passionate about this thing, then write it. So for yes, Gulli, if possible, try to क्या बोलते हैं ना, थोड़ा सा डाइवर्सिफाई. डोंट कीप इट कि सिर्फ तीन सारा आंसर्स टुवर्ड्स योर बिजनेस. आई मीन इट्स डेफिनेटली अ बिग पार्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ एंड एनीवन वुड एसोसिएट टू इट, बट हाँ, it would be good if you show some multiple dimensions. However, if there's nothing in those multiple dimensions that can overshadow your business wala thing, then feel free to go with business. See, I think there's a lot of discussion on this topic already. People have dropped off. So I'll go to the next one. What are your present hobbies? Again, clarification यहाँ पे ले लेता हूँ. There's a difference between interest and hobbies. A hobby is something which you take out time for actively. For example, if your hobby is singing, आज आपका दिन बहुत लंबा था, but हाँ, आप still अपने time निकाला और आपने अपना hobby pursue किया of singing. And it is very hard to have 2 to 3 hobbies. I mean, in hobbies, you are dedicating your time. But in interest, you can have multiple interests. Like say, हफ्ते में एक दिन आप क्रिकेट खेलने चले गए, you have an interest in cricket, you have an interest in badminton, you have an interest in football, or in general sports, you have an interest in, let's say, drawing. तो आप 2 हफ्ते में एक बार drawing कर देते हो. So the difference between hobbies and interests is hobbies require a lot more commitment. And keep that in mind when writing. Only write your hobby, not your interest. And any doubts here, any clarifications here? Hobbies वाला में. I regularly follow chess tournament and IIM, but I don't play it regularly. Would that fall under interest? What is the reason for you not playing regularly? Like if you follow chess regularly, analyze games, so it's very tough to believe you're not playing. Is there any reason? Yes, reading books is a good habit. They'll ask you, tell me the last 5 books you read. Who is the author of this book? The last book you read. Tell me something about the author. वगैरह वगैरह. They can go in depth. When you tell hobbies, just make sure reading books as hobbies, like आप 1.5 हफ्ते 2 हफ्ते में एक बुक खत्म कर लो, even though you have a busy schedule. I have stock market trading as a hobby, but I don't know how to write about it. Write something about it, and then let's see how we can make changes in it. Srishti, playing badminton leisure time with my friends whenever I get time. It's an interest. It's not a hobby. Can reading about a particular interest be a hobby? हाँ, क्यों नहीं? So if there are a lot of people in our generation who are very dedicated to anime, and they say watching anime is their hobby. So it's like, क्या बोलते हैं, बट हाँ, हॉबी को उस तरह से दिखाओ भाई कि आप इतना एपिसोड देख रहे हो, हाउ क्लोजली यू आर फॉलोइंग, इफ यू हैव अ एनिमे का वो कहाँ से हुआ, क्या बोलते हैं ना, व्हेन यू से अबाउट अ हॉबी यू हैव टू नो फ्रॉम द रूट्स ऑफ इट. सो लेट्स से सृष्टि इज सेइंग कि उसको मार्वल मूवीज बहुत पसंद है. एक तो मार्वल मूवीज है ही कितना. तो लेट्स से यू आर सेइंग कि मैं मार्वल की कॉमिक्स भी पढ़ चुकी हूँ. सो हु वाज स्टैनली, व्हाई डिड ही स्टार्ट, व्हाट बैकग्राउंड अबाउट स्टैनली, एवरीथिंग इन डेप्थ अबाउट द कैरेक्टर्स. ठीक है, व्हाट डू यू थिंक विल बी द फ्यूचर ऑफ मार्वल, हाउ द करंट थिंग इज गोइंग, व्हाई Marvel versus DC, which is better and why. There's a lot and lot of conversation that can happen. So when you say something about hobby, it has to be very, very good. Hearing podcast, yeah, you can find better. नहीं good link. You monetize your hobby. मेरा hobby है content creation and consumption. I have monetized it. मैं YouTube पे चला रहा हूँ अपना. I am selling it to my GDPR course. So I have monetized it, but I still write my hobby as content creation. What's the problem? Not at all. यस, सिर्फली मार्वल मूवीज 40 मूवीज देखना मेरे को नहीं लगता कोई बड़ा बात है. आई मीन टू से इट एज अ हॉबी इज समथिंग दैट यू बिल्ड ओवर अ लॉन्ग टाइम. इसका साल में 2-3 मूवी आता है. आई मीन फॉर एनीवन हु वॉच्ड लेट्स से आयरन मैन था ना, स्टार्टिंग फर्स्ट मूवी आयरन मैन से शुरू किया, इट वुड नॉट बी हार्ड फॉर देम टू कैच अप आराम से. बट फॉर समवन लाइक मी, लेट्स से अभी मेरे को शुरू करना मार्वल देखना, मेरे को पहले 40 मूवी देखना पड़ेगा, फिर आगे जो आ रहा है वो देखना पड़ेगा, तो भी मैं उसको हॉबी नहीं बोलूंगा. वॉचिंग मूवीज कैन बी a hobby, but watching Marvel movies cannot be a hobby. Reading about spirituality, yeah, definitely. Play regular chess, हाँ, but I don't watch. ठीक है, playing regular is fine. But again, it looks counterintuitive. Rakshit, let's say if someone comes to you and says, भाई मैं चेस बहुत तगड़ा खेलता हूँ, and then you would ask naturally, ठीक है तूने गुकेश हरियम देखा, and the person would say नहीं यार मैं फॉलो नहीं करता, बट मैं खेलता अच्छा हूँ. So it would look a bit off. ये कैसा बात है? अगर वो खेलता है, so why is he or she not watching experts play? You can definitely defend it कि ठीक है उसमें टाइम कमिटमेंट ज़्यादा लगता है चेस टूर्नामेंट में, यू जस्ट वॉच द हाईलाइट्स, दैट्स फाइन. बट डोंट से दैट यू डोंट वॉच इट एट ऑल. ठीक है. एनालाइजिंग मार्केट्स, रीडिंग अबाउट पर्सनल फाइनेंस एंड इन्वेस्टिंग, दैट्स ओके भरत. आई मीन you can do that. It requires a significant amount of time. Are you doing it with your job is the question. A hobby is not mostly your job, it's something that you do along with the job. Is it okay to mention anime and manga if we have Safi? हाँ, it is Dev. I work out. हाँ, gymming is a hobby, definitely. So final question, then I'll show my answers. Any other information you would like to share? So this is a very interesting space. It's a space that they have given you to talk about anything that you wanted to talk, but you never had a chance. For example, let me say कि मैंने अपना मोस्ट सिग्निफिकेंट अचीवमेंट में अपना टॉक वाला लिख दिया, बट मैंने अपने कॉलेज में एक स्टूडेंट बॉडी फाउंड किया था, उसको मैंने चलाया 2 साल, जिसके बारे में बताना चाहता हूँ चीख चिल्ला के, बट वो मौका ही नहीं मिला. So this is the place where I'll put it. Don't put कि why you want to do MBA here or something like that. It is written. Any other information would you like to share? And this is your personal form. So tell about yourself. Tell कि भाई मेरे को क्या बताना है, MBA करने क्यों आना है ये नहीं बताना है. ठीक है. Anything that you're passionate to talk about but you did not get a chance, this is your place to fill in. Or this is your place to fill in about something that you really want your interview to go into the direction to. तो यहाँ पे लिख दो. A person might read it and pick it up. Let's say you are a crypto investor and you have not written anywhere else and you want to talk about it. आपको क्रिप्टो इन्वेस्टमेंट के बारे में बात करनी है, राइट है कि यार मैंने क्रिप्टो इन्वेस्टमेंट इतना रुपया से शुरू किया था, आज इतना रुपया है, मैं टेक्निकल एनालिसिस करता हूँ या करती हो, उससे मैंने इतना कमा लिया, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. ठीक है. It might catch their eye. The whole point of writing anything here is something interesting, something which shows a multidimensional property characteristic, and it is something you really want to talk about. I hope that helps. So I'll show my being a myth fresher, huh? Obviously Achal. How would that be different from a hobby? Apurva, I'm not saying I'm just giving an example. Let's say if you have written crypto investor in a hobby, but there's something you really want to talk about. Let's say, for example, you have published a book and you cannot write it anywhere else. और hobby में नहीं लिख सकते, most significant achievement में आपने कुछ और लिख दिया. So the publishing book comes here. It's where you want your interview to go to some extent, and you have not got a chance to say it as of yet in the whole form. You can write, Suraj. How many points? It's not ऐसे मैंने तो शायद 1-2 points ही दिया था. There's no compulsion. कुछ set rule नहीं है. So I'll share my answers, and since I'll be sharing my answers, so You might have to unmute yourself and ask any clarifications because I will not be able to see the yes, messages. Cool. Okay. So briefly outline your professional plans and what you expect to get. I hope it is visible, right?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Cool. See, so professional plan, I want to get into a decision-making position in a esteemed organization in marketing. Clear, very clear. मेरा career objective ये है. My plan is to gain an understanding of business domain, develop marketing skills to hand-on experience. इतना मेरा प्रोफेशनल प्लान और करियर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स में आ गया. अब MBA at IIM के कैसे हेल्प करेगा? MBA at IIM के helps align with my goal. This. बस कुछ नहीं, ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं. इनफैक्ट अभी मुझे पता है आई एम ड्रॉन टू आई एम केस विजन ऑफ सत्यम होगा और मैंने इसको सतीम मैन लिखा था एंड आई वाज होपिंग कि वो लोग देख ना ले. ट्रस्ट मी, आई वाज होपिंग कि वो इसको पढ़ ना ले एंड आई एम वेरी फॉर्चुनेट. वरना इसको लेके तो मेरी जो मारते वो लोग भाई खत्म कर देता मेरे को. ठीक है. सो व्हाट डू आई एक्सपेक्ट आउट ऑफ इट? सिंपल, कि मेरे को नेसेसरी नॉलेज मिले और अपॉर्चुनिटी मिले टू एक्सपैंड माई बिजनेस acumen and learn from my peers which will help me achieve my career objectives. और कुछ नहीं. Very simple, very plain, very direct. It's like why my MBA and why from IIMT. खत्म. उस समय तक IIMT का इतना मेरे को पता नहीं था and there was unfortunately no one guiding कि what things you can put. हाँ, but like I told, from PGP you can put someone who wants to go to Forex. There are a lot of people who came only for Forex. So you can put Forex as a reason. The career switch could be a reason. Your affinity towards a certain, your domain change could be a reason. Your whole trajectory changes. And let's say you're a biology teacher and now you want to become a management person. So you have to get the knowledge. So that could be the reason. कुछ भी reason हो सकता है. I hope it makes sense for you. ठीक है?
Hello, hi.
या तुषार.
One thing, so I think somebody else has also mentioned something in the chat. That this is like your answers are around like I don't even know if it's around 200.
उस समय कम था. word limit.
So right now it's the word limit is 500 word.
हाँ, उस समय कम था.
Like this, so we just mentioned Chris points. Is it fine?
I mean, see, उस समय 200 था. So I don't know कि अब 500 है तो do you really want to fill? क्योंकि 200 था तो मेरे को तो fill करना ही पड़ा था. ठीक है. So 500 300 is fine. I mean, अगर 200 words भी सिर्फ इतना सा which can be read in merely 40-50 seconds. So I don't think 300-350 words writing is a problem. Each question को वो लोग 1-1.5 मिनट भी पढ़े, so it's not a big deal. I personally don't feel so. ठीक है.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Strength and weakness, again, highly collaborative individual who experience in team setting. बता दिया team player है. How? My experience in leading a team of 25 at her price. कर दिया. Skilled communicator. I now say a lot of people कि अगर आप एक skilled communicator हो, you don't really need to write it. It will reflect. Let's say if I'm saying I'm good at communication, but I am communicating really bad in this meeting, no one would accept it. So I think you can write better strengths rather than good communication. Don't write strengths like I'm honest, I'm ethical, and this. This is a basic courtesy that is expected out of you. Your strength could be you can multitask. Your strength could be you are a good like team person. You take initiatives and all. Okay, there are list of strengths that could be there. But skilled communicator is the last thing that you should write. I have now realized it. But fortunately, I would also say I was good at communication, and they saw it in my interview, which reflected positive on my side. However, if given a chance, I would change it. मैं skilled communicator नहीं बोलूँगा. अब I would let the other person judge it through my interview. Weakness, better manage my time and prioritize my responsibilities. Like I told, time management and priority management is tough to have. I'm aware of the development area, actively working to address it. Because we did not have a lot of क्या बोलते हैं ना space at that time. So I kept it open-ended. कि मेरे से interview में पूछ ले. I have no problem addressing it. But now that you have 500 words, you need to address it. ठीक है? So my defense for that was कि मैंने not to do list बनाना शुरू कर दिया. What is the most significant achievement? So right, I told Toastmasters workshop, no prior experience, took the opportunity, spoke in front of 800 individual, nervous, sweating, mustered the courage, defining moment, apprehension of public speaking, illuminated the importance of taking bold actions in my life. खत्म. Very, मेरे को लगता है very short and sweet है ये. कोई दिक्कत होना नहीं चाहिए उसमें. This what I've written is a very double-edged sword. And again, I would say that time I did not have the right guidance. आज अगर ये मौका होता मैं इस चीज़ को नहीं लिखता. So I used to watch a lot of stand-up comedy. I still do, and humor is something that kind of comes naturally to me. I mean, it could be broken humor, dark humor, not so humorous. It might look humorous to you, but not to me. That's another thing. But I feel कि हाँ, I talk to a lot of people and I try to make the conversation engaging and interesting, which is mostly because of my humor, my wordplay, the way I do it. तो हाँ, ये एक चीज मैंने लिख दिया था अपने हॉबीज में कि मैं ये स्पेस को बहुत फॉलो करता हूँ, एंड आई यूज्ड टू फॉलो, एक्चुअली आई यूज्ड टू फॉलो द कंटेंट, ये स्टैंड अप कंटेंट क्रिएशन स्पेस a lot. I could name 5 female stand-up comedians, which I'm sure most of you won't be able to. And what is good about them, what is bad about them, who are the new people who have come up. But उसके अलावा मैंने उसी समय शर्लॉक होम्स देखी थी, मैं बहुत इंप्रेस हुआ था, मैंने लिख दिया था, एंड फिर मेरा हालत खराब हो गया था, बिकॉज देन इन वन ऑफ माई मॉक इंटरव्यूज दे आस्क्ड मी इन डेप्थ अबाउट शर्लॉक होम्स एंड आई डिड नॉट इवन नो 10% ऑफ इट. भाई सीरीज देखने से, लाइक आई टोल्ड सृष्टि, कि सिर्फ सीरीज देखने से नहीं होता, यू हैव टू नो इन वेरी मच डेप्थ कि ठीक है किससे इंस्पायर्ड था, उन्होंने अपने लाइफ में ऐसा क्या किया जो उनको शर्लॉक होम्स, जिससे शर्लॉक होम्स का एक्टर इंस्पायर हुआ, ठीक है कितना बुक्स लिखा जा चुका है, कौन लिखा है, आगे कौन लिख रहा है, बेनेडिक्ट को क्यों दिया गया उस सीरीज में, उस सीरीज के बारे में कुछ बताओ. देयर इज लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. ठीक है. I would say one thing, that I was very very lucky in my K interview because my hobbies were not looked up to. वरना मेरी तो वाट लग जाती. However, yes, I did find some time to prepare a very lengthy document of at least 10 pages where I wrote everything about Sherlock that I could find uh, to justify as a hobby. But yes, last तक भी मेरे को याद नहीं हुआ था, and I went with the hope कि हाँ वहाँ पे मैं कुछ ना कुछ बोल के निकाल लूंगा. Fortunately, they did not touch it up. But again, I'm saying it's better to write something that you can defend than to fill it up. I realize it now. I was not a perfect person then. I'm not perfect now, but I'm much better because I've given more interviews since then. So, it would be better, like I told, to write something that you really can do, defend, rather than just something that looks good. So, Sherlock Holmes looks very good on the CV or on the form. But अगर आप पूछने जाओगे और बंदा कुछ नहीं बता पाया तो it reflects very bad on the person. I hope that makes sense. Anyone? ठीक है. And any other information you would like to share? Like I told, मैं कहीं पे ले जाना चाह रहा था, तो WhatsApp was something that I wanted to share. तो वो मैंने डाला. Plus I wanted to share about my Instagram page. I did not get a chance to write it anywhere, so I wrote it in here so that it can take my interview towards marketing. मैंने Instagram page शुरू किया जिसमें मैं marketing strategies के बारे में बोलता था, जिसमें 26,000 व्यूज है. So they would say ठीक है तुम्हारा फेवरेट मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजी बताओ, इंस्टाग्राम कैसे मैनेज किया, एसईओ किसने किया, वीडियो एडिटिंग किसने किया. आई वाज ऑल रेडी कि भाई पूछो बता दूंगा मैं. It did not go that way, but yes, I left clues for them to pick it up from here. And I was a senior volunteer, तो मैंने अपने NGO experience भी बता दिया. तो I left 3 things for them here. I left my director of logistics at the WhatsApp. I was fine being questioned throughout. I was fine being questioned about Instagram and my page and the marketing strategies. And I was also fine being questioned about VR1, about whatever I've done in an NGO. So these are the breadcrumbs that I left for them to pick it up from here and make it a subject to talk in the interview. You can also do that, and that would benefit you in some way. So that are my answers. So that was the session. I hope I clarified all the doubts. There were a bunch of people, a lot of doubts, and it even made me puzzled कि ठीक है कहाँ क्या बोल सकते हैं. But this session will give you a lot of clarity. My GDPR course is still there. We have seats. If you think I can give you value, feel free to subscribe, enroll, and we'll make good progress together. Thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year once again. May your best college dream come true, and then you get a very good summer internship and the life trajectory changes for you. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.